for the first time in 2025. Exciting stuff. I think my music is really loud. Oh, I think you might be muted. Give me a second. Yeah, the output's my speakers. That's why it's like the music's really loud because I can't see your voice at all. No, there's no way to start the new year like with technical difficulties because I was playing games with people on Discord and my settings are different than they are for this. All right, can you speak now?
Speaking, testing,
Yeah.
testing.
Now
Oh,
you're
I
good.
hear a little bit of an echo for myself, but I think it's gone now. Never mind. That's just for like a second. 37.
What's going on, Random King? Thanks for coming back, sticking with us through our long hiatus.
Yeah. Welcome back. Hope you had a good holiday and New Year. I know I did. Mine was kind of wild. It was a lot of fun. Traveled a lot. Traveled to Europe. Traveled to Seattle. You know, good stuff.
Enjoy a Big K Dr. K Zero Sugar. Everybody's favorite name brand Dr. Pepper ripoff.
This fucking thing. Hold on.
There's been a lot of shit going on in crypto since we
Right?
been out. We missed both the Trump adjacent coin launches.
Yeah. Those were a thing that happened.
Yeah. They're pretty
I feel like it's just a bigger scale version of what's happening on Solana every fucking day. It's just a new coin got dropped and got a huge market cap and dumped on people and still has a huge market cap. Although the scale is a lot bigger. I mean, it's still worth like $10 billion or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I do feel like it's kind of the same old. It's not nothing new, but also risky.
No.
Like, I don't know, any meme coin is risky, like inherently. So, kind of is what it is. I didn't look into like who holds what supply or like how they mint it or how it's distributed. So I don't really know. Like,
I looked into it a little bit. Like only 20% of the total supply was even circulated, which isn't much. But
is there like a roadmap for how the rest is distributed, or is it just like question mark?
Just question mark. It's just kind of like, here we go. We launched it. It's successful. I don't know much about it, but there it is. It's kind of like what Trump said about it. He was just like, yep, I don't know, but it was me. And it was successful is kind of what he said when they asked him about it.
Did his stuff get listed? Because didn't Melania coin get listed on Coinbase?
I think his did. I don't know if Melania's did.
I thought I heard Melania did and his did, and I was like, that's weird, but
that's insane.
I don't know the specifics.
That's too much. It's too much insanity. It's honestly a little frustrating coming from like the real version of crypto of what actually goes on here. This definitely doesn't paint the best light on what the crypto market is to people who are being exposed to it through this kind of stuff for the first time. But at the same time, this is also part of what the crypto tech is. So
I'd argue like as many people interested in the degen shit as they are like, I'd say maybe even more at this point. People are interested in trying to make a quick buck on scam coins, basically. Like, I mean, you see it. All the people that were on Wax just wanted to flip packs, and then all those people left to Solana to try to flip meme coins. Like, that is a huge part of the crypto culture. Like, as many people are interested in that as they are, way more that I'd say than like decentralized. Like, I don't want money that's connected to a country, and so like that was kind of the ideals that launched crypto, but that's not necessarily what is attracting people at this point. Even though I do think that stuff has real value, and it's kind of sad that people are more focused on the nonsense than they are like the more pure stuff. But I feel like the best case scenario is people get into the nonsense and hopefully transition into the less nonsensical stuff. But if they get burned,
it
they
also
might just
does
leave.
As I said, it also does like demonstrate the capability of the crypto tech to support, spinning up an economy up to like $20 billion in like 2 hours. That's a positive light, I would say, shining on crypto, even if it isn't like really what I'm looking to like showcase. But fascinating to see it just like come up out of nothing, and the media coverage, how fast that shit got listed on Coinbase too. While like for decades there have been coins that have been trying, they can't get on.
And also, I think we can say America's the first country to have a president that launched a meme coin, so that's kind of cool. As far as I know, I don't feel like when you say you're first in crypto, you're always wrong, but I don't know of any other countries that had a president launch a meme coin.
Yeah, not the president, but the country of Cuba did that. They launched like a Cuba meme coin on Solana and tweeted about it, and then like rug pulled it. So they may be, I don't know if that was before or after the whole Trump stuff, but they definitely won't be the first rug pull by a like nation state. I mean, Cuba did that already, which is hilarious. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, what are you buying when you buy, I mean, a Trump or a Cuba like meme coin anyway?
What do you buy when you buy any meme coin?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't know. It also is definitely launched at like an opportune time right before Trump's inauguration and stuff. So it's definitely just capitalizing on hype. But also, that's what all meme coins do. They're all just hot air with hype around them. But I don't know. I do feel like the most concerning part about it is that 80% of the supply is not out. Like, that's just a crazy, without like a white paper with clear distribution. That means somebody could sell 80% of the supply in one transaction and absolutely wreck the price. But I'd say, honestly, other than that, like, you are going to buy a meme coin on Solana, like, I would probably feel more comfortable buying the Trump token than, like, if there's, say, like, the Kanye coin that comes out where 80% of the supply is locked. Like, I feel like...
Yeah. Kanye?
Yeah, like, there's bigger nonsense as far as meme coins go, but I don't really do a whole lot of meme coin stuff anyway, so that's not for me. I also, like, by the time I heard about it, it was very like, seemed like it'd already blown up way too much percentage to try. And then like I saw people in chat saying like they had like 30 failed gas transactions in a row and they spent like $80 and couldn't buy a single token. I was just, Solana's a fucking garbage chain.
And
it has a lot of money moving through it, way more than Wax, unfortunately. That's why a lot of people kind of migrated over there. But the tech has always sucked. Like, I remember on Wax when people were actually using it a lot, they were doing like 10x, 100x the transactions and not failing. And then Solana, the entire chain would be down for like, thank you for the subscription, Priscilla. Hope all is well with you. All is well in the Sune land.
Going through here and just claiming all this.
Yeah, I think so. This kind of like demonstrated how Solana cannot scale. Sune land is very busy. Neon land's pretty good. We survived the wildfires, so well, fingers crossed they're not done yet.
That's true. I guess another one's winding up right now. But it's still pretty far away, so
we are in our apartment. It didn't burn down, so I feel like we're doing good.
Yeah, it doesn't look super blue sky outside though.
Not everybody was so lucky. Like, I know people personally who lost their homes and all of their possessions, so just not having that happen, I feel pretty grateful and lucky in that sense.
Yeah, that would have been a huge headache. Great way to start the year.
I don't even know what, because like, like thousands of people have lost their home, and if they all move back, that means they all need to like rent places, and that's going to make renting a nightmare in LA because now you have the same amount of housing available and a bunch of displaced people that are going to try to rent new places. So like, competitive renting's going to become very competitive. They're probably going to price gouge. Like, landlords are dicks. They're going to be like, oh, now that we have a huge upper hand, we're just going to go ahead and add a zero to this fucking, or add a couple $100, $1,000 to whatever fucking the rent is. So that's a nightmare. So not losing her place, pretty wonderful.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, Yamster, there is a new fire by Santa Clarita. That one's pretty far from us, but it's also like, where the fuck these fires coming from? Like, I don't know. It also spreads so fast. Like, it's already at like several thousand acres burned. I just heard about it like a few hours ago. Our air quality's okay here. I don't know. Some people said that the Apple air quality index thing is not right. It did seem pretty like low when we had it. I was like, I can see smoke from my window, and it says we're at like a 60, which just doesn't feel right. But set right out says it's okay. And then Max also bought a air purifier for our living room, so we at least within our
I sure did
in our breathing space have some purified air. But
yeah, the air purifier like will automatically like adjust based on what the air quality is, and sometimes when you like come back in from a walk or something, it starts like spike and just kick up into high gear because apparently the air quality outside isn't quite as good as it should be, or the sensor is really sensitive, which I feel like is also very likely.
Shankar says, the truth is, since he's elected, now every day the news talk about crypto. In the past, they only talked about it when there were crypto scams. I guess that's true. Trump launching a meme coin definitely brings like pretty mainstream. Anything Trump does brings pretty mainstream media coverage. So he's involved in crypto stuff. I'd say even more so than like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say because all of my news feed is like crypto shit makes my news feed. But I don't know that when he did NFTs, they were as covered. Like, because he did those Trump NFTs, right? Like, did that make like MSN and all that shit? Did they talk about that? Because I feel like they are talking about the meme coin, right?
Yeah, I think they talked about it a little bit.
I feel like comedy shows might have joked about it a bit, but I don't know that like they seriously talked about it on.
That's more where I get my news is on those comedy news things.
Yeah, I don't know. Solana's definitely like, if you were holding Solana, I feel like that's the biggest, like, if you have a bag of Solana, you benefited from the Trump meme coin.
Yeah. My Solana's up a bit. CPU.
Still says, yeah, everyone's talking about it, but not in a positive way. At least not my algorithm created feed. I mean, it is the meme coin did kind of, I mean, if you bought it at the top, you lost a lot of money potentially. So
yeah,
it did, for real. But that's, I don't know. Kind of is what it is. I also kind of have a hard time believing that, like, I guess if it's on Coinbase, but I have a hard time believing like anybody messing with like Solana DeFi doesn't know how that's gonna, like, the average person's not gonna accidentally stumble into Solana DeFi. But I don't know. You know, like, did the price spike before it got put on Coinbase, or like did a bunch of people buy on
pretty
Coinbase?
Much. It was already on the way down by the time Coinbase listed it.
Because I feel like Coinbase it would have been pretty bad if like it spiked to the all-time high right as it got on Coinbase and then dumped. But I think it like did the Solana nonsense within 24 hours. It spiked all the way up and then all the way back down. But oh, you could look at the chart, Max. I haven't. This one's very out of my. I was like, yeah, I'm not touching this. But I only have like 2 tokens on Solana. I have Woof because I got an airdrop to me on Wax, and then I have a that like cat game token, not the Telegram one, but the
not Cattisons.
No, the one where you're in mechs fighting each other on Epic Games. I'm pretty.
Oh yeah, Neon Heroes.
Yeah, I have the Neon token, but
that's cool. Yeah, here I think it got listed like around here, where it had already done this.
Still could have lost pretty good money then.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if it listed around here. 42%. It's a pretty fat range. Whoever's the liquidity provider, which is definitely like, the Trump team.
Losing 42% in a couple days is for the average person a lot. Like if you're the crypto game for a while and meme coins, you're like, that's nothing. Like, but
That's
if
nothing.
if
That's
this is
normal
your first
volatility.
introduction to crypto and then you lose 40% of your money in 2 days, like, that's definitely not gonna leave a
Yeah.
good. But also,
No,
like,
no doubt.
even that, like, the average person, I haven't done it recently, but I feel like you can't even get approved to Coinbase that quickly, like, if you just heard about
No.
it when it got listed on Coinbase and you're signing up to buy it, like, you'd probably be able to buy it now, not like which you could still
Yeah,
lose
exactly.
40% from this point. I'm not saying this token can't go down, but
Oh, yeah, it can still go down. It looks like it's still up from where it, like, started by, 40x or 400x, sorry. For 3,900% up still. Hello.
no, it's definitely
I
just a
mean,
crazy time. Like,
insane.
I don't have like
The
super
amount of
strong
liquidity
feelings
too,
about this.
$600 million worth of liquidity in this pool. Like, god damn. I also saw the way that they pooled this liquidity initially was like unilaterally with Trump token. Like they didn't even put up the collateral or the counterpart in Sol or USDC or whatever this pool is. Like that just got added from people buying the token. It's insane.
Honestly, it kind of makes sense. The crypto community is very like pro Trump more so than like.
Yeah. The sentiment in the crypto community has shifted into a direction that I'm less happy to follow.
I mean,
Like
it kind of makes sense because there's also like a huge part of crypto, which we were talking about earlier, where like a lot of it's like degen meme shit, but like a big part of
yeah.
the crypto like core is kind of weird, like almost like libertarian fringe, living on the fringe of society. Like, I don't trust the government. I don't trust having my money in banks. Like, I don't trust any of this shit. And that kind of aligns with people that are into Trump as far as they're like, I hate the
Yeah.
government. Trump is anti-government. Like, Trump isn't a part of the system, so I want to vote for him. And I feel like that is kind of actually similar to the like crypto crypto core sentiment. Although,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that assessment of.
Skewed pretty hard, but yeah, I do agree. It's I can see why they like champion to this guy, but I think it's a misplaced. Let's see, add some more
I guess
CPU.
I guess my final take on it is that I don't think it's any worse than any meme coins, but also I
Yeah,
don't know that a president should be launching what is essentially always ends up being a scam or like a rug pull or like at the very best. I guess like there's a handful example of meme coins that have survived, like Doge and what's
yeah.
the other one on ETH that's like a Doge ripoff?
Shiba.
Shiba, but it's like I don't know. There's 100 meme coins launched a day, and there's 2 in like the last decade that have been successful. So we'll we'll see. I wouldn't put my money into it, but if you like gambling, it is pretty high profile.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a high profile gamble. It's definitely like the whole concept of like, oh, it's a piece of history. Sure. In a sense that like it's the first like token shilled by a presidential candidate. Like I do kind of like that aspect of it, like, but I'm not about to put hundreds and hundreds of dollars into some dumb
The
shit.
part that I guess we were saying earlier scares me is we don't know what's happening to 80% of the supply. I also don't know who's controlling this. It's not Trump. Trump doesn't know how cryptocurrency works. Like, I don't know that anybody on his team knows how cryptocurrency works. They might have just
Yeah,
hired some random fucking bros that were like, yeah, trust me, bro, I got you. And those are the people that end up rug pulling and screwing everyone. So it's like, and I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they're very trusted people in the space because I didn't do any research. But like
yeah, who
generally, when
knows?
celebrities get attached to these projects, like it always turns out badly. Like we've been here for years. Very rarely, when a celebrity is attached to a project, does it not just end up being the person taking it, like whoever enlisted the celebrity. Like they basically enlisted the celebrity to scam people more easily. They're like, okay, this person has a reach. I'm gonna take their reach and then take all of their followers' money and then fucking anonymously dip out of this space. And that's happened like over and over and over again. Pretty much when Mark bought into some NFT project that was like attached to some boxer,
Yeah,
and then like it's like Floyd Mayweather, I think, and then at like some point came out
that
that
sounds
like he
right.
was just not even involved at all. It was like completely like a scam. I don't know.
Yeah, that space is ripe for it. I'm telling you, the space is ripe for it. It's I don't know, kind of sad. Let's look at the charts here. Since the last time we were streaming, though, we've gotten starting to get close to our like top projection for our Bitcoin breakout. See, here's our breakout target around 115,000, and over the month of December, December, end of November, I guess, early December here, we did get our push up. Feeling good. Got a nice, like, a few of my limit orders started selling around 105K or something. And now we're kind of looking for, a base here that's building. You can already see it building up. We're looking for this base to like hold. So, hold above 63, or I'm sorry, 93K or something. Basically, like you have the bulls and bears fighting between 100,000 and like 90,000 or so in this range. But we're trying to see this range hold and then push up to another, the next leg of our bull run here. So like basically the next breakout is what we're looking for on a longer term chart here. If we look at the weekly chart again, you can see how clean this bull market's been since we got our weekly bull signal and our flip here. We've pretty much run uninterrupted for the last 410%. Like, not bad. Either way, definitely was fun to see over the holidays. The topic of crypto popping up a few times. When I was in Germany, the news ran some stories about how it had just broken 100,000 euros, which was a big deal, and it's fun to see that kind of stuff, especially visiting like family and people who I had talked to about crypto 10 years ago and who still remembered that. And then they were like, oh, hey, look at like what's in the news today, and you're in town, and how did that go? And that was always kind of fun to be like, yeah, it's like, I think everybody knows how it went to 100K. But yeah, that's what we're looking at this last couple like weeks. So, or I guess the last couple months while we were out, we had basically our game plan already tracked out here. And so I have drawn out right now that game plan being the cup and handle on the long-term pattern here, with that breakout, target still in our sights here at 115K. So we're still looking for that to kind of be where this run, is exhausting its upward momentum, which is again why I'm looking for it to like touch up there and then like, bounce around right here, building that base before we can then, basically create a flag here and break out of the flag. But for now, we're still watching our cup and handle pattern play out on Ethereum. We actually have a secondary kind of smaller. You see this here?
Multiple people asking. Hamster said, need ETH to Moon, holding that, not Bitcoin. And then Boom Shankar says, why is Ethereum not following Bitcoin?
Yeah, Ethereum hasn't made its all-time highs yet, which is also, I'm waiting for that too. So I'm also a little bit more exposed now to Ethereum than Bitcoin, and winding down a few Bitcoin positions as we're hitting like those price targets that we were waiting for long-term. But I'm not necessarily exiting the crypto market with them, but then moving from Bitcoin into Ethereum. So I'm kind of right there with you, hoping for Ethereum to boon a little bit harder now in the coming month. And that's kind of also what the chart is starting to show. So you can see, unlike our Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart hasn't hit new all-time highs. So if we jump back to Bitcoin, you can see all-time high from the last bull run here, and Bitcoin, clearing those, basically like touching them, then building that base and clearing them to make our cup and our handle breakout here. But you can see the same thing hasn't been happening with ETH. And part of this is, we did have our big cup, and here would be our handle, but then we got a little breakout here. So now we have like almost like a smaller cup and handle forming here. This like cup here, with this being the handle. So we're looking basically for that breakout to happen around where we currently are. 32, I would say the base of the cup would be around 2,800. So as long as the ETH price, it can slump in like a worst case cup and handle breakout pattern for this shorter term pattern here, would be ETH pulling all the way back to like 28, maybe 2,750, finding support there and bouncing and moving up from there. From which point it would, move up past what this resistance level had been, which is right around 4K. And then I think, push pretty quickly to 5. And then we're looking for then we're looking for new all-time highs, at which point I think ETH can move pretty quickly once it passes its old all-time high, similar to how Bitcoin did that same thing, where we had we were kind of toying with the old all-time high. We kind of passed it a few times, then kind of sideways until we build our base right around there. And then once we actually cleared above it, then we started kind of like rocketing up. I'm expecting something like that for ETH as well. And I think over the next 6 months or so, I'm still hoping to see that, So basically what would be the grand scale of this kind of market movement would be, the play out of our cup and handle here, where we run out of upward steam with Bitcoin and then start kind of trending sideways to form a base to eventually do another breakout and make our new highs, kind of like peak bull market kind of like activity. But while this then is building that base and moving sideways, having some of the value capitulating back into the rest of the crypto market, in terms of altcoins having their all-time high runs and Ethereum breaking out beyond 5K as well. So that's what I'm eyeing for. That's kind of what I'm situating for as well. So I'm looking for basically maybe a pullback to 28 before we push up. I have a few more limit orders waiting to buy some more ETH around 29, 28, and 27. If we hit them, great. If we only hit one of them, whatever. The idea is that we're going to continue to push up with.
You still think, a few months ago,
market.
You and Sid were projecting 10 to 12K, I think was your projection. Is that still, you think, the target price for Ethereum, or has that changed at all?
For ETH? No, that should still be the same. That one is if we're looking at the weekly chart, that would be the same. That should be basically the projection that we would get from our what's that called? From our cup and handle breakout, which would be kind of to here.
And
if we get that breakout from
is
here,
it just ETH, or is the dominance chart still, is Bitcoin still dominating over all alts, or is ETH just lagging compared to other stuff?
The dominance is still in Bitcoin's favor entirely. So if I do Bitcoin, what is it, BCCD, I think?
There's definitely some outliers, certain tokens, I'm assuming Solana. And Yamster saying, I want XRP to continue to moon. Is it past the all-time high, or?
Yeah, XRP made it to new all-time highs. Yeah, so did I think BNB.
But definitely some tokens are outperforming Ethereum, but it's not. It's if you look at the overall market, those are kind of the exceptions to the rule. Not most altcoins are not outperforming Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, exactly. So here's kind of how Bitcoin is performing relative to ETH right now. So you can see Bitcoin is getting more and more valuable in terms of ETH. So one Bitcoin is now 32 ETH when it was 15 ETH when we first got our buy signal. That's definitely not the case for some of the other ones like XRP. XRP, after they cleared their here you can see after they cleared their SEC lawsuit, had a pretty massive pump. So you can see their last all-time high, the last bull market, wasn't even the same as their previous all-time high, which generally was viewed, I would say, as a negative for XRP. Any kind of older token that's that all-time high in 2021 didn't match or exceed their all-time high in 2017 or 18. That's generally not the best look. But XRP was also pushed down a little bit by all of its legal woes, and those have now been cleared off. The SEC kind of fucked off, and you can see it definitely got us a run here. So 500% in, what is that, a matter of a couple months. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 months. So it's been running. It's still, you can see it's still running up. It's definitely had quite a run already. Let's go to the daily chart, and you can see that with the daily chart as well, big push, kind of a bleed back, 80% kind of drop back to from this base to the top here, bleeding back, and then next level, so it'll probably do a similar thing where we bleed back to 150, 155, and then possibly push up again to like 230 or something, like the next level up from here, and kind of keep this kind of climbing action going, especially as XRP gets more and more popular. It's more of a centralized kind of a solution with its executive staff kind of like cozied up to the United States government cabinets there. So you can see, potential for like government integrations possibly on like the most optimistic side of the spectrum, but at least for like, governments listening to XRP and Ripple executives when it comes to writing legislation for crypto markets. And I think that in itself is already a big win for them. That and the fact that they are not a security and did not, distribute unregistered securities or any of that stuff, that was all thrown out. So it's not like that's going to get brought up again. That's basically been settled now. So XRP definitely not one of my favorite coins, but definitely has a like legitimate kind of like utility case, connecting a bunch of different blockchains that aren't super connected, but it does it with effectively like wrapped assets. Not my favorite approach, but definitely something that is really like functional, especially in a fractured liquidity environment like DeFi, and it's potentially not done running. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see it at $182 billion market cap. We're looking at the market cap, not the actual price, but XRP price $3. So you can see, like last time, I guess it did kind of.
Hamster says $10 this year? Question mark.
Damn, that would be kind of nuts. But honestly, it's still the Wild West out here. Like, we're not defining rules or what's allowed, and the fact that you can have a like presidential candidate, drop their own currency like a day before they're inaugurated, isn't something I would have thought would be like a reasonable thing to happen either. So it's hard for me to like say that the market will behave rationally when it's such an irrational market. You could see the stuff pumping to insane highs. Part of that would also have to do with the potential for adding, crypto assets to backing like balances for U.S. like treasuries, which I know Gary Gensler said isn't like possible, but I know also the Trump team is very like adamant about making a thing, like, oh, we'll like add Bitcoin to the US reserve or some shit. All that stuff I think like can make the price of these things explode, because it's an asset that all of us can front run the government on. Like, you and I can buy Bitcoins right now, and then the government can tomorrow announce that they're going to be, adding it to like the treasury balance sheet, which they won't. But I mean, that's the kind of like best case scenario hope that people have, like the pipe dream out there. And at that point, you would have, treasury money basically being able to print money to buy Bitcoins. And makes the value of those Bitcoins in that money quite a bit like higher, considering that the money can just be printed but the Bitcoins can't. We'll have to see. It's it's a crazy time, honestly. Like the fact there's also like applications got filed the last couple of days for ETFs on like meme coins like the Trump coin or like Dogecoin and stuff, which is also something that I'd be like, there's no way. But at the same time, like, where is the line? We're still not sure yet, as far as like legislative clarity on all this stuff. There really isn't a line.
Doge probably has the best chance of that. Like, Doge is pretty legitimate at this point. And also, you got like fucking Elon Musk fanboying for it, and he's somewhat associated with the like even friggin' TradingView is a dog that pops out. Like, Dogecoin is real official. I don't know how much pull. Like, I don't know how the government works well enough to know that if just because fucking Elon Musk is buddies with Trump that anything will necessarily be more likely to be approved. Like, I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah. Last couple studies I read about like government, like the likelihood of things happening in the government are like inconclusive. Like, it's like it doesn't really matter what the public support of an issue is. That has like apparently zero sway on that issue.
This isn't the public support. This is the inner circle support, which you'd think would be actually much
which
more
I feel like that probably has more of a impact.
But Yeah, I don't know. It took so long for Bitcoin and Ethereum get approved, and they're so much more legitimate that I feel like
Yeah.
unlikely that Trump coin that just launched 3 days ago is going to get an ETF. But who
Yeah,
knows?
but
Like,
it's not stopping them from applying, and that's just the applying is like, newsworthy in some circles, I suppose. And it's a wild time. It's definitely hard to like project what's going to happen with certain assets because it's unprecedented what's being done at the moment. Like in
imagine putting your
a way that I would have thought is a little too egregious. Like,
imagine like putting your savings into a Trump coin ETF through your job though. Like that's so insane.
yeah,
Like I
like
don't know.
the fact that that's even like remotely a possibility of something that could be possible in the next 4 years is insane.
We are on the
Like,
weirdest timeline for sure.
yeah,
Something got knocked loose, and we're on the weird timeline.
yeah, it's definitely weird. I'm like I said, I'm still looking for like the bull market to continue kind of like playing out. I don't think it's gonna like turn and dump south here. You can also see this is the DXY chart. We've been running up with the dollar's strength. Basically, like the value of the dollar has been running up quite a bit too, and it is starting to kind of like wane below our band here.
What is
If
that
this
measuring at versus
flip,
though? Like other world currencies or?
yeah, kind of like the US dollar dominance almost. Like as this goes up, basically the value of cash becomes higher compared to the value of equities.
Okay, so it's not
like
versus like all the other world currencies. It's versus, like buying eggs or whatever.
like stuff, yeah, like the buying power of it, basically, yeah. So it's like, yeah, the higher the DXY, the cheaper eggs should be theoretically. Although
eggs are
there's
insane right now.
other
Though.
factors there.
Do you see eggs at Ralph's? So it's like
Like
$13 for an
$15 for a
18
dozen.
pack.
Yeah,
It's like, why am I paying over 50 cents an
that's
egg?
like
This shit is
that's
wild.
like their sale price too. They're like, it's discounted at $15.
I
And it's
also
like,
saw
what?
like someone that lived in Japan or something took a picture, and like they're buying American imported eggs for like a third of the price that we are. So it's like we're flying them over there. So like it's not even like a egg shortage thing. It's just
Yeah.
100% like price gouging people, which is
It's just allowed here. That's the big problem. Is like the fact that you're allowed to price gouge consumers means it happens.
it happens in
And
like I don't know. We're getting kind of off topic, but like the medical industry is like probably the fucking worst for that. But it's like I don't know. Our government is going to be as big as it is. Like maybe fucking protect the citizens from some shit, not protect the businesses to be allowed to fuck us.
yeah, it was really crazy to see when I was in Germany, for example, how like the EU doesn't allow price gouging in Germany. So then there's like if I buy like vitamin C at the pharmacy, which is like, add it to your drink to boost your immune system. Like a pack of that stuff in Germany costs like 30 cents. That same pack of like, 12 doses or whatever costs like $10 in the United States. It's like ridiculous. And then same goes for like when you go out to eat or when you go like the cost of most everything in Europe was way lower than everything that I spend money on here.
It's crazy that our dollar strength is going up and the cost of everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't check out, but yeah, there's also like, the EU or whatever where we're like you can't fucking keep releasing different chargers Apple, so now Apple has to do USB-C in Europe.
Yeah.
And it's like we don't do that. We're still gonna have to buy their super fucking fire chargers or whatever they're called, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like our government is people already complain it's too big, but it's like it's big and it doesn't do what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
As
it's big and it's not looking out for the people inside, like at all. It's sad because like I don't know, even like it's cheaper to buy Coke in like a sodas in like Europe than it was in America, and that seems crazy to me. Like
I definitely get like I don't know. I'm not necessarily on the political side of like fuck the government, make it tiny, like disband the government, which is kind of like how some people feel, but I understand that sentiment because the government does not work very well.
It's
so
just
like
useless. Yeah. I would like the government to step in and like regulate the way that things are done, like the way that you can market things, the way that you can fucking, like charge what you can charge. You know how much a COVID test costs in Germany at the pharmacy? €1.80, like less than $2. That same COVID test cost me $15 here, and it's Not because it costs more to make it here, you know? Like, that the only reason is because you're allowed to price gouge on COVID tests in America. You're not allowed to do that in Germany. Therefore, the exact same shit. Like, that's the big kick in the nuts, I think. It's not that like, oh, you know, food's cheaper there. It's like, well, it's different food, but it's like, no, the same fucking item is cheaper there.
Not only is it different, it's actually better because like they banned a bunch of fucking ingredients that we use here that are horrible for you,
that's
that
true.
are cheaper
there's
to
no high
produce.
fructose
So you're actually getting
corn syrup. There's no like
higher quality,
red 40
more expensive
dye.
ingredients for less.
Yeah. Which is, it's just frustrating because you know it can be affordable here, and there's no reason to like sell a dozen eggs for $13 or $14 a dozen, other than people will pay for it because they're used to getting ripped off, and they honestly don't even know that it's happening because they don't really leave the country. Or how often are you like getting perspective on that?
I feel like we're like 30 seconds away from pitching Trump coin. So buy Trump coin. Make America great again. Fuck all this price gouging.
Yeah.
Use your Trump coin to buy eggs. They'll be cheaper.
Right. It's like he'll fix everything. No, it's I mean, it's not an easy problem to solve, which I think is why it's like something that is kind of avoided on the campaign trail, other than like, oh, we'll make eggs cheaper, which is like, how? Explain to me. Like, what's the plan? Like, how you're gonna implement some kind of price gouging limits, or like I mean, I guess recently with all the executive orders, they also removed the medication like cost limits that were implemented by the last by Biden administration. So like they basically negotiated for a bunch of different drugs that like, this is the most you could ever pay for that drug, and like first day in office, Trump was like, no, they can charge whatever they want. And I don't know that that's like good business, you know? Like, oh, just price gouge people for life-saving medications. Like, that's how CEOs end up shot in New York in the street.
I forgot that so much has happened since we streamed.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been like an entire off the rails episode had we been streaming. What's his name, like nuts. Luigi or something?
Yeah, Luigi Mancioni or something.
And people are simping for him so hard. Like, I don't know what your Facebook feed looks like, but my Facebook feed was like just a bunch of people like tagging him. They're like, "Oh, I was with Luigi at this club at this like the time that the guy got shot." They're like, "Oh yeah, he was over at my house. We were playing Super Smash Brothers," and like people are photoshopping him into their pictures. And like, I don't know, like
that's too funny.
It's kind of disturbing, like how like that tells you how bad shit is in America. That like it was celebrated like universally among people I know. I don't think it's okay to murder someone, but I was like kind of shocked with like how no one was like, this is wrong. Like everyone's like, yeah, good riddance. Like
that's kind of what I thought too. I was like, killing isn't the right answer, but it's also like there isn't really anything else being done. It's hard to like be against it when everyone else is getting fucked.
I mean,
but
doesn't solve the problem even a little bit.
Doesn't solve it either. Yeah, it just starts the conversation that hasn't been like outrightly like stated, which is basically like eat the rich. But
I mean, the conversation should be about price gouging and medicine more than eat the rich. Like people can be rich. That doesn't mean everybody should be fucked on healthcare. Like that should be the conversation, which I feel like it almost like overshadowed that.
Yeah, that's the big part too, where it's like, I mean, I get healthcare like assisted through what is it called, Obamacare or Affordable Care Act. If you're not aware that those are the same thing.
Honestly, California is pretty great. Like, so I was like, when bad shit's happening everywhere, I'm like, honestly, our social services are pretty fucking great in California. I feel sorry for people.
They pay a massive amount
in the Midwest and stuff.
Medical.
Like, y'all are gonna get fucked by like all these national changes and stuff. Like California, we'll be okay, but like,
I mean, I make dick for like income, so like my assisted like I think I pay like the government here, the California government pays like close to $500 a month to subsidize my health insurance cost, which is like, that's $500 I don't have to pay because the government is paying it. But why the fuck are they paying it? Like, why does it cost $700 a month to insure a healthy like 35-year-old?
I wish I could highlight this comment. Yamster said, "You eat dick for income." Reveal Max is a prostitute.
I make like, as in Yeah, I don't make much income. It's mostly like capital gains or like 1099, which is I guess it's income, but it's like a tax, like what is it? Tax on the back end kind of income. So you have to like
We also
basically
our
pay it
minimum
all
wage
back at
went
the
up
end of the year.
to 1670
Ooh.
or something. It's like 1673. This like I was like talking to some people in some other states that do like trade jobs where they have to go 2 years like
Yeah.
like welding and shit, and they're like making less than that, and they're double their minimum wage. Like 750 is their minimum wage in another state, and they're like, yeah, I make like double that. I'm like, yeah, that's less than people make at McDonald's here. So I don't know. People
Yeah.
like to talk a lot of shit about how California sucks. It's like we have great social services. Our minimum wage has got to be one of the highest in the. That's
Yeah.
also Los Angeles. It's a little less, or maybe Los Angeles is 17. Los Angeles is higher than California specifically, but like even just the
Yeah.
California minimum wage is pretty high. So as much as everywhere else likes to talk shit about how California sucks and it's just full of homeless people and
Yeah.
awful, it's like, yeah, I don't know, like our
I mean,
government here, our local government actually does care about the people. I'd say way fucking more than like 90% of the states that complain about like how California sucks. It's like, yeah, your guys'
yeah.
minimum wage is trash. Like, I don't know.
Also, I got like I mean, I when I first moved here and working in visual effects, I made $18 an hour at my first job. But I also got like through the California government, they like paid for additional schooling for like classes that I was taking to learn more like of my trade, which I mean indirectly helped build my value at future jobs and like helped me get to like higher wage and stuff. And again, that was something where it was like all you had to do was sign up for it, and like the classes were 100% paid for. And I took classes like at Disney Television Animation that were taught by like a Disney TV director and stuff, which is like I thought it was really fucking cool. And again, it was just a social service that was available to me because I worked in in a creative industry, and I made like a certain amount of money working a certain amount of hours or whatever, and that qualified me for this like free training program, which is really fucking cool. I love all that kind of stuff, you know? I mean, I wouldn't mind if California started subsidizing artist salaries again, so that there would be subsidies for big studios to chase out here instead of having to move to like where are they moving? Georgia, like
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
A
Yeah,
good
that
amount
place
went to
subsidizes
like
like crazy.
Canada. There's also a lot of like international nonsense. Like that's like something I didn't even
Yeah,
know. Like I saw on a film set with some people, and they're like, the reason they shot Lord of the Rings in New Zealand is because like they were able to hire non-union people. Like they paid people like half the wages of what they would have paid them if they shot it in Los Angeles. So like that's why they shoot, like you see a lot of movies go to like Croatia and shit when they do like kind
yeah.
of like larger scale movies, and it's like that's 100% so they don't have to hire union people and save money. And like I think you see
Hmm.
more of that started happening during COVID because they couldn't shoot, and then like the industry just didn't come back all the way. But I don't know. LA's been crazy. Now that there's a bunch of fires and shit, like all the people I knew that were
Yeah,
working on sets, like they started just canceling the set days. They're like, hey, like we don't want you to be working on set when your home burns down. So like
yeah,
let's let this shit chill out. So I don't know. It's been kind of like COVID, then writer to actor strikes, now this fire. Like the film industry cannot catch a fucking break in Los Angeles. So I'm hoping it recovers
yeah. It's
this year,
getting.
but it's got pretty badly set back.
Yeah, agreed.
I just think, I don't know, after seeing all the people talk shit on Twitter, like we got a false evacuation report at 4 a.m. I was trying to go on Twitter to see like if I need to leave my home because it's going to burn down, or if it's false, which ended up being false. But like there's just all people arguing like what, because I did like Los Angeles fires is like the tag, and it was like 99 to 1 people just bitching about Los Angeles compared to people actually living here, like trying to discuss stuff. And I was just like, I don't know, people fucking hate Los Angeles. People hate California. I was like, I think it's, I definitely have some issues with California, and I don't, there's problems living in LA, but like, it's a pretty fucking
Yeah,
great place to live, like, besides our city burning down right now. And like, you got to defend it a
yeah,
little bit as someone who's been here for like 10 years now. It's like, yeah, it's not as bad as everybody says it is. And yeah, it's expensive, but again, minimum wage is way fucking higher than most places.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a rough start to the year, I'll say. But it's fun to be back. It's fun to be streaming again. I'm glad everybody had a good holiday and is still safe and out here and kicking it. Let's take a look at what we had in our DeFi wallet though over the
I'll
last
add
month.
on like January 3rd or 4th or something, we updated the Wax Neon rewards. They ran out. There's like a 2-day overlap, or maybe even 1 day. I think Yamster was the one that tagged me. So like, thank you, Yamster,
Oh, nice.
that the DeFi rewards ended. And then I hit up Avril from Alcor and we added another 3 months. I don't know if you had to restake. I tagged everyone in Discord
I
and
don't
said,
think you did. It looks like I'm still staked. I haven't restaked yet.
but yeah, I'm not staked anywhere, so I don't know if you. I was like, I'm unstaked, so it always says stake for me. But I guess you could have done nothing and been fine, according to us looking
Yeah,
at this
seems
wallet.
like that. Looks like I have 200,000 to claim. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have though. We have Liquid Stake Wax and Wax is still our biggest position. It looks like we're slowly transitioning all the way over to LS Wax. Is totally what we were expecting. Remember, we made this position. It was mostly LS Wax and just a little bit of LSW. Now it's mostly LSW. Once we transition all the way over, I think the move will be to actually unstake the LSW through the staking tab here. But we're not quite there yet. So for now, what I'm going to do is go back first to farms and stake. And I'm out of CPU. Let me check. Oh, no, again, I can do free CPU. There it goes. Okay, so it should stake that. And then the next thing I want to do is claim all my rewards. It looks like I have almost 600,000 wolf. Let's see. Boom, no big deal. It's giving me free transactions.
I'm gonna go make a tea. I'll be right back.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna also take a look over on Taco Swap and see if we had anything on Taco Swap. Let's see. Log in, Anchor, launch app, DeFi, and we'll go to liquidity. No, okay. So we're just on Tacos or on Alcor. There you go. So it looks like we've just staked. We're now back into this pool with 9. So we had been in the pool the whole time, but we weren't staking every week because we weren't here to restake every week. And this pool is still timing out every 7 days. The next thing I want to do is go to the finished page and then, claim and unstake all the finished tags. I'm just going to hit X again and see. It looks like I'm just getting free transactions. So I don't think it matters that I'm out of. Let me also pull up this wallet here. CPU staking. Take 2 others. Stake to Rexinator. Weird. Where's my stake to do? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, so there's 130 something staked, so we should be fine. I don't know why it keeps giving me that error. Anyway, I've claimed all of our unstaked and claimed all these. Let me refresh this, and I think they should disappear. Yes. Yes. Let me go back to active. Yeah, so now when I go to finish, you can see there's none. Okay, back to active. I want to claim all of our active rewards too. Total stake CPU. You're low on CPU. I don't think that's true. It says it's 117%, but when I click X out of that, it just brings up the transaction and lets me sign anyway. Okay. So claimed our rewards. And then we want to check the next thing is the runway. Looks like 11 days on the HCC is going to be kind of like the lowest one. Obviously 7 days is the lowest one, but this one is always regenerating. And then these 2 assets are basically the same as far as they're both staked wax. So there's no like impermanent loss risk for these, or at least very heavily mitigated impermanent loss risk for this. 16 days left on the Rook LS Wax. That's still 2 more weeks. And 71% is not bad, so let's keep this one cooking. And then it looks like, oh, we have some Yeet. This is 3, 6, 9, 12, like 170 or something percent. This is pretty solid still. And then Neon, also 70 days. It looks like HCC might be the only one where we're getting close to the end of the runway, but 146% is pretty solid. Let's take a look at what our values are in these pools. It looks like, except for LS Wax, everything else is in full range, so 0 to infinity.
And Random King is asking, I don't know if you saw this question. He said, "What's the story behind Yeet? It showed up, and I'm in a pool, but no clue about it."
Yeah, I think Yeet was just a meme coin dropped by someone relatively prevalent in the meme coin circuit, I think. I'm not 100% sure who it was, but
they have a website and stuff. But I think this year they're supposed to be dropping a PFP project, and you use Yeet to buy the PFPs. That's kind of like the use case. Whether or not the PFPs will ever actually exist is they could just say that and not do it, but I don't know. I wonder if you just can you type Yeet Wax into Google? I'm pretty sure the website comes up. That will tell you the story behind Yeet.
Yeet Wax.
I'm not sure. It might be
Yeet.quest. This looks kind of like something.
Yeah, that's the website. I don't know that they have a team website. So I don't know that it is. I don't think it is someone prevalent as far as it's anonymous.
No.
They're not.
Okay, so it's
I also can't stand not just having dark reader on.
Yeah,
so white.
Hold on. Where is?
I don't think they have a dark mode on the website. I just have a plugin.
Yeah, they don't.
Dark.
Oh well, we'll have to keep this.
I don't know.
Let's see.
You want to zoom in so you can read the stuff better for people. Yeah, what was their mission statement? Go up to the top. There. What is Yeet? That's what people are asking.
What is Yeet? Absolutely just a stupid meme. Yeet is a meme coin with no intrinsic value. Yeah, well, that's nice to put it that way. Or expectation of financial return. There's no formal team, goal, or white paper. Just memes. The token is for entertainment purposes only and developed by the community. Join the Telegram. I don't know how it's developed by the computer, but no buy or sell tax. Great. No team or dev allocations. Okay. 50% airdropped, and then 50% goes to the farms. So that's, I think I got some from an airdrop too, just from holding other tokens. Looks like there's 1 billion Yeet, and half of a billion got airdropped. Hands of the buy-eaters. Buyers, but buy-eaters. And then the other 500,000 fuels the liquidity pools. So that's what we're actually participating in here. The farm there, where it's paying all these rewards in Yeet. That's
should also say they airdropped a bunch. It just randomly showed up. It would also show up in people's wallets because they airdropped it to people participating in DeFi because that was their aim for their target audience. So if you were in the LS Wax pool, I think the LS Wax pool,
I got some
and providing liquidity, you just got Yeet in your wallet. So some people might even have Yeet and not know it. And that was kind of their, I guess, marketing campaign. I think they had some a few partner projects that they ended up just airdropping to people that held NFTs or maybe were in the LPs of that project's token. I know there's a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
So this coming in the next month, they supposedly have 1,000 PFPs, and each one burns 0.05% of the supply.
Some kind of buyback, and mystery surprise.
The royalties, so that would mean the market fees for the NFTs in Wax will then be used to buy Yeet.
Oh, yeah.
I like that they have vacation on the schedule.
Yeah, vacation.
End of roadmap.
June, July's vacation. End of roadmap, Yeet anniversary month.
So they at least have a roadmap up until May, I would say.
Honestly, it is kind of a fun one for just nonsense and meme coins and stuff on if we look at how it's doing as far as its position on Wax. It's, I think, one of the top.
I mean, as you've shown with your FTW token, as long as you're not a complete shithead, your token can do okay on Wax. The problem is people have nefarious nefarious motives when they launch their tokens and are just trying to take your money. But like, you just do basic things to not take your token, like you will outperform 90% of the tokens on Wax.
Yeah, see, they're the 11th biggest volume over 7-day volume. I think this is the organization of this chart, but you can see that's like higher than Nefty, Brawl, Taco. I probably have is like they got $12,000 in liquidity compared to 30,000 for Nefty, but only like 3,000 for Brawl, only 24,000 for Taco. Damn. 4,000.
Taco's had such a fall from King of Wax.
Yeah.
I mean, Taco used to be like competing with Alcor like legitimately, and like, I mean, same with Nefty. Nefty used to be.
That's true.
Like top 3 brand on Wax, and let's see when their last announcement was. 9/11/2024 was the last announcement on Nefty, and it was that they're launching meme coins. But they used to be like the most innovative people on Wax, so I don't know. Wax has kind of struggled. Like, I mean, I understand why people leave Wax. There's not a lot of money or new users coming in, and you could just go to Solana and launch a stupid coin with Kanye West's face on it and make 10 times the amount of money. More than 10 times, like 100,000 times the money you could on fucking Wax. So I get it, but it's also just sad to see as people who've been on Wax for a long time, and a lot of people who watch our stream started here.
Yeah, see, mine's 63rd, which isn't like that far down the list. Where's which one?
Are you above Neon?
Probably because of the it's based on volume, and I think Neon has quite as much volume. 158 for Neon volume.
Mocha also says Neon's... with any airdrop, don't click the short links in the blockchain memos. Yeah, somebody posted it in our Discord recently that there's a scam. They're airdropping Wolf to your wallet and saying like, come to this page to claim your airdrop. Like, never. If it's an airdrop, it should just be in your wallet. You shouldn't have to claim. Like, claiming an airdrop are 2 different things. Like, an airdrop just shows up in your wallet. A claim is a claim, and more often than not, people are just trying to click on a link that's going to drain your wallet. So like, unless you're in a Discord or like actively a part of a project, and even then, like, sites get compromised and people will like put fake things like, oh, like new airdrop, like hack a Discord or hack a website. So even then, you need to be careful. Just because it comes from an official source doesn't mean you couldn't be getting drained. But like, the very least, don't be clicking blockchain memos. Like, anybody can type anything there.
Yeah, exactly.
Quadrel said, didn't Taco abandon Wax and go to another chain? They did launch a game and like a PFP thing on Solana, I believe. But honestly, I stopped following Taco because I felt like they stopped, like, I don't know, when we were talking to them years ago at this point, and Max was like, hey, would you do like multi-routed trades? They're just like, yeah, I don't think we need to do that. And we're like, they just had zero interest in improving the product that they created, when like you're not gonna ever be better than Alcor if you're just gonna like skate by on like the minimum. Because they at one point actually, like, the NFT farms, like, that's something Alcor can't do. So they're starting to like innovate and stuff. We're like, oh, like, you could actually push Wax forward and make better shit for Wax. And then they're just like, nah, like, we're just gonna keep it how it is, and then just the price shows because of it. The price is just steadily declined because they haven't innovated shit in like a year.
Yeah, like, you can't even trade Taco into FTW or Neon or whatever just because it's not a direct pool. Like, see, it doesn't even come up. Like, if you want to trade Neon on Taco Swap, you have to trade against either Wax or Buzz. Those are the only options.
I'll also say, I haven't been following the Taco Discord in a month, so maybe they're doing stuff and I just don't know about it, but I've been pretty like checked out of crypto Discord. Besides, like, I check like the Bitcoin and Ethereum prices pretty consistently, but even like NFL Rivals, which was my favorite game, like, I haven't played the last 3 programs, which are like a month long, so like, I haven't really been doing any NFT gaming or any of that stuff in the way that I used to be doing it. Just kind of living real life. But I would be excited if more stuff came on Wax. It's just been very like not a lot to be excited about for me. I was excited there was an Always Sunny Funko drop, but then it was a drop exclusive, so you couldn't even bridge it over to your own wallet. And I was like,
that's why I was also like, no, I want like public wallet stuff.
Taco is now on the Takeo blockchain now with that Clicker Brigade game. Yeah, that game sucks. It's not a real. Congrats, you got your fucking click farming game on multiple chains, but I don't want to play a click farming game like that. That shit's not fucking not fun.
Yeah. I think what I want to do with what we have in our DeFi wallet here is just take the Yeet and LSW pool and just add what we have earned this month. There we go.
I do wonder when Blankos is going to relaunch. Like, that's the next NFT thing that I'm actually excited for.
Yeah, I'm into that too.
Also, just because like I was so into Blankos, like I was pretty sad when they shut it down on PC. I was still playing it. Like I played it every single day for like 2 years, and then when they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna shut the servers down," I was like, I don't know. There's a Blankos size hole in my life, so I hope the mobile game's fun. And I will say their track record, like every game that Mythical has released, I've enjoyed. Some more than others. Like the drag racing game isn't really my thing, but I don't like drag racing games outside of the NFT space. And people that did play the previous, because they hired a third party company to do that. That company had a very successful drag racing game. Like I talked to people in the community that came there from that, and they're like, "Yeah, this game's like it's not as polished yet, but like they play it every day and are into it." So it's like if you're into the genre, like it's not a bad game. So I do just hope they pick a genre I like, I guess, for Blankos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they can make good games, but yeah. I think we'll have to see. I do think that like NFTs and gaming and stuff like comes back after like, we get our base and we pump the next like top off, and then that's like the top of the bull run. I think around then is also when you get like interest back into all the like nonsense that had all this interest back in the last,
it's not just interest. Like I'm not as concerned about the money. I just want things that are fun to play with. And like NFL Rivals,
and I think funding gets like better shit made basically.
It also takes time though. Like, was that one that launched on Epic that had like the Trump versus Kamala package, which was like maybe the funniest DLC I've seen in anything in crypto.
Yeah.
But that game was fun. It was optimized poorly as fuck and exploded my computer. But like stuff like that is like I want to see more of that in crypto land. And like the problem with that was also is like I don't like off the grid. I don't like battle royales. Like I know that's not like a I am against the grain in that opinion because like Fortnite's the most. I don't know if it's the most popular game, but I'd say Fortnite is like at least a top 3 of like all games right now played by all demographics. Like Fortnite's insanely popular. I think the new Call of Duty that just came out is really like I've been using social media more and I see a ton of people posting about playing Call of Duty. So like I think Call of Duty is pretty, but I think Call of Duty is also now a fucking what do you call it? The battle royale. It didn't used to be battle royale.
Is it?
Back in my day, there were 2 teams. It was Americans versus Nazis. But now it's like a battle royale. You fly in, like, So I guess I get why like all those crypto games have tried to do it, but like they made something that was more like Counter-Strike or like Overwatch, which is why I like Neon Heroes. And like Neon Heroes also like isn't perfect, and I haven't followed their. Like I don't know if they're still like they take the game up and down, but I don't know. The problem with Neon Heroes, a lot of it is the matchmaking. Like when you have a competitive multiplayer game and the matchmaking doesn't work well, and if you're not in like a pre-built stack, it just is the most garbage experience. Like not only is that bad for you, no one's going to want to play the game because if you know 5 friends that are already playing and you join and you hop in and then it sucks ass, like then you're going to not adopt new players. And that's like a huge problem with NFT games. The football game I played was the same way, STG football. They're just like 4 stacks of people with all the best NFTs in the game, crushing brand new players with the starter cards, like mercilessly crushing, not being helpful, talking shit, like, and just like that's how you kill a game. And I don't know the solution to that. Like we take like matchmaking for granted as people who've been playing video games for like years and years and years, and you're playing like Call of Duty, which is on its 25th iteration, and like Counter-Strike that's been around for 30 years, like all these games that have figured it out and then some, but like all these new developers are like building from the scratch up, and not even always like the most experienced game developers are like, shit that you take for granted in the normal gaming industry like is hard.
Yeah, for sure.
I see Quadrell has some Shatterline has PvP. Some mods are like CS and PvE. Send me a link, Quadrell. I might be down.
That sounds fun.
You're playing it too.
I think the Sony.
I like playing games with friends too. So anybody's playing a game, like I did have fun when Quadrell invited me his group of Nian hero players, and we were the 5-stack crushing people. That was pretty fun. I don't think it's good for the long term health of the game, but it's fun when you're not the one getting crushed.
Oh, I see. Boom Shankar, I think the Sony chain is a fucking good like testament to big industry kind of like leaders such as Sony building on top of Ethereum. I think it's really fucking cool. It's basically they're making a similar to how Coinbase made their base chain. It's basically that. It's an implementation of the Optimism stack, but specific to Sony. And then Sony's games, NFTs, and crypto assets will live on the Sony blockchain. I think it's really fucking cool. I think it's something to keep on your radar, especially as someone who's interested in NFT gaming, because I think there's going to be NFT gaming and assets launching on that chain right as it goes live. That'll put you in the front of the line, so to speak, for some of those assets and early tokens that are getting launched on an effectively new blockchain. But I think it's really cool. I think Sony is clearly like understands like how to enter the space, because they're doing it by making their own layer 2 roll-up chain, which is definitely like the way that you should do this kind of a thing as a IP owner. It's not like you'd necessarily you don't see Disney dropping their NFTs on public blockchains either. And I think by doing a like Optimism roll-up chain like Sony is planning to do, they basically will be in control more or less of what gets deployed onto their chain, and that makes it more attractive to their IP owning partners, such as like Marvel or Disney or whatever. If they want to launch some kind of like game or partnership asset or something like that, it's less likely to happen on an entirely public network such as Ethereum mainnet, or even like like Immutable X or something, but much more likely, in my opinion, to happen on a proprietary blockchain, like the Sony blockchain. So I think that's a really, really cool thing. And I think it's still the correct kind of like approach. It's not fully centralizing the process, but it's also not just deploying gaming and gaming assets onto a like free for all Wild West environment either.
I don't know.
So I think it's a nice mix.
They're going to just suddenly move all of their games to the blockchain. They're like, I think they'll test stuff. You'll probably see more indie titles and like experimental stuff launch on the chain first, but I don't know that you're going to see like Final Fantasy blockchain. Like, I don't know that you're going to see the massive IPs launch exclusively on the blockchain, because I think it still is. A lot of gamers are very anti-blockchain, so like I think they got to kind of like worm their way into it. I don't think they can just suddenly start launching everything. I mean, I would love that, but I think realistically, like we're still years out from that happening. Like they got to test the tech, they got to scale it, and they have to like slowly break the spirit of gamers and like trick them into liking NFTs through stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like making the NFTs accessible, on the chain for the people who know what they're doing, but making them also like accessible to people who aren't necessarily participating in any of the crypto stuff. Kind of like how Mythical does it. I think Mythical has a pretty good framework in place for all that stuff. And honestly, Mythical chain now is a Polkadot parachain. Yeah, so like you remember our what's this called here? Our Hydra tokens. Yeah, pull them up. But Hydra is a Polkadot parachain DEX, and so if you come to Hydra,
you get Mythical on Hydra.
Yeah, you can swap for Myth here.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
So
yeah, I really like Mythical. I feel like only issue with Mythical is like,
see, there it
the
is.
games still aren't quite like Madden Mobile is a better game than NFL Rivals. I play NFL Rivals just on the blockchain, but it's like, besides the like you own your assets and don't have to rebuy them every year, like it's still a lesser product, which That's where somewhere like Sony could really come in and be like, we have the best products on the market. Like they did release Final Fantasy on the blockchain. You'd be like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
That's the top of the top. And then it would also have the benefits of being on chain. Whereas I feel like now it's kind of like people are still playing blockchain games because they're on the blockchain. Neon Heroes is not better than Overwatch. Like it's good for a blockchain game. And that's like the caveat for all blockchains. It's like, yeah, for a blockchain game, this is playable, but it's not like you would, if there were 0 rewards, you wouldn't be fucking with glitchy half build games. Like, so I still think we're a while out from seeing that. I hope we do, and I'll be the first person to be playing those games when they're out. But I played that half. I was playing clickers like Alien Worlds for months, so clearly into the technology and the idea of all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it catches up to the stuff I play in my free time.
Same. Yeah, but here, look, you can move Myth from Hydration to Mythos Chain and back and forth and stuff on this Dex. Myth, like, and you can trade Myth straight from your wallet here. So if you had $100, you could buy 465 Myth, which is worth 99.3 cents. It's not bad. Like,
let's do a giveaway. We've been yapping for a while.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Also, I know Paul's coming back with food at some point, not too far down the line. I have to eat.
Tomorrow, I think we will do an Off the Rails stream. We have like a month and a half of Off the Rails videos queued up, so
I can't wait for one of mine is like fantastic. It's like I'll tell you what it is, but it's not gonna describe what it is. It's so much fun. But it's like, Steve Harvey and how he like reacts when people make guesses of shit
on Family Feud.
Yeah, he's always like, oh, and he just like does these like, yeah. So it's basically like it starts out as a video of him reacting, and then it like at one point an AI takes over and just makes him react even more like absurdly. It's really fucking funny. I cracked up out loud multiple times.
I did a bunch, but I don't know. It's been so long. We'll see, but I'm excited. Also, !Neon in your Wax wallet if you want to join this Crittercraft giveaway. We'll give away 1 million Woof and then maybe a Sune NFT too. We had Priscilla in the house, and she sent us some stuff while we were on break, I believe.
Nice.
Let's see what we have.
Liquidity. Damn, some of these pools are paying out the nose.
Got some furries from Lewd Momoko.
Ooh.
Nashville Lou sent us some stuff. I swear Priscilla sent us some stuff.
We have 8. I feel like we can hold on to the
fun promo pack that we can send. There's only 28 of these left in existence.
Damn. Rare. Getting rare.
I guess we can give top 3 Woof, and number 1 will also get Sune.
Ugh. Getting my positions are shitting the bed.
I feel like we should also work on some sort of new NFT drop.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, Paul and I are working on finishing off those PFPs too.
Maybe do another sticker. It's been a while. I don't know. If we're gonna do stickers, we have to like commit to doing them frequently enough to pay for Shopify. Because if we take breaks, then we're just draining money. Shopify is like $40 a month.
We should definitely do like a fun like blend or something soon.
Yeah, I feel like we should wait until we have like 4 or 5 designs ready for stickers before we do stickers. That way we can consistently do them. Oh, nice.
I also loved this.
Sune, Merry Christmas.
That was super cute.
Sune.
It's Sune making baking Christmas cookies. So cute. Very, very cute.
Tomorrow, I feel like we got a lot of stuff to yap about too.
Yeah, a little off the rails. I didn't want to get too off the rails today, but I mean, we did kind of like as far as our was it our market review kind of like days ago, we stayed the course for what we were expecting to see over the past like month or so that we weren't on stream. So it's kind of cool to come back to it, like, having looked at it before and being like, yeah, this is kind of the target, this is what we're expecting, and then like come back like 6 weeks later and be like, oh yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to always see it like play out that way.
I feel like it did get a little scary for a little. It started looking bearish while we were gone.
Yeah, it did. I ended up buying more. Because I was like, I had sold some already. And I just bought it back at like 92K or something for Bitcoin. Because I was like, this is not. We haven't hit 110K yet.
Got pretty damn close yesterday.
Yeah, we did. I had a few more. I think I have 2 more limit orders waiting. One at 110, one at 115 to sell, and then I've sold.
Almost just fucking ate us.
Let's go. Oh, I'm still cooking.
Be Wicked is our winner.
I was cooking.
The Be Wicked, you will get the Sune, and you will get a million Wolf. Congrats. And then we'll give Wolf to the top 3, excluding Max.
Wow, rigged.
I'll just give everybody a million Wolf this time since we went so long without giving giveaway.
Thanks for joining us again. That's super fun to see. Also, a couple big airdrops happened the last week or so. I don't know if anyone, because we've talked about ODOS before on here. ODOS is like basically a trade router similar to Wax on Edge. But if you've ever used it, you maybe got some airdropped tokens. So check it out. Go to let's send a link.
A million Wolf right now is worth 50 cents. Not bad. Wolf is honestly still amazed how well it held value compared to a lot of stuff.
Here, I just shared a link in the
Mocha chat. Is getting a million, and then Tree Frog is getting a million. You get a million. You get a million. You get a million.
Yeah, Rockmail, if you're doing limit trades on base, I would say either check out ODOS, which lets you set limit orders, but keep in mind that the limit orders you're setting on ODOS have to either fill or cancel. There is no partial filling.
You also need
so the other alternative would be to use 1 inch.
You also need a VPN to do that if you're in America.
Oh yeah, you do need a VPN. It doesn't let it's geofenced. Most of the limit trading ones are, but 1 inch will let you
work on base. Chain?
Which chain? 1 inch? Yeah.
Okay.
1 inch works on a ton of chains, but if you do 1 inch, you can set like, let's say you have $1,000 worth of like Brett or whatever, like meme coin you have.
Do you want to show it on your screen? I feel like that would, or is that too hard to do? Right
yeah. Okay. Let me see.
If you do a VPN, it might fuck up your.
Yeah, I shouldn't like lag out. Let's see.
All right. We'll have another. This giveaway is gonna be in the background, but I'm gonna show back Max's. Should I wait until you have your VPN up and stuff?
Okay. Yeah, this should be up now. So share it and see.
Share your screen.
Yeah. Let's see.
I want to show off any personal information.
1 inch.
Where did your screen go?
If you go to 1 inch, how is it? It doesn't let me do it. It says restricted here. Why is it being restricted?
Why is your screen not showing? There we go.
Launch DApp. Due to your location. Oh, I think I need to like restart entirely, but I can show you what the limit orders look like. It's the same kind of interface on ODOS. So if you come to limit orders here, yoink. Yeah, here we go. So then you could be like, if you're on base chain, you could say like Brett is a meme coin here, BRE. Or I guess you'd have to import some of the coins, but let's see if we do like Wild Goat coin. I don't know. Let's say you have this one. It looks like I got airdropped 200 of them. But either way, if you have this one, you could be like, okay, 10,000 of them, and I want to sell that at market price. That's $1. I mean, maybe we do 100,000 then. you could sell them market price. You could then set this to be like 1 month or whatever, and then this will basically you approve the contract's allotment to spend your meme coin, and then the next one is you actually approve to make the transaction, which is no, it doesn't cost any gas. But once you've made that transaction, then the contract will wait for your price here, like for this to fill. And once it's met, then it will automatically spend the tokens out of your wallet, which is really cool because it means that you can use tokens such as like what I do with this wallet is like AAVE. So you see these ones, for example, AAVE base chain USDC, right? So you instead of using USDC, you can use USDC that's supplied to AAVE money market, which is, like for example, that's this money market here.
Have you heard of Kyber Swap, Max? That's what Rock Metal says she uses.
Oh yeah, Kyber Swap is another something similar to this. Kyber Swap does it's another like you can set limit orders, you can do like that kind of trade. Generally, what I'll use is like a DEX aggregator that looks through all the different swaps. And I think Kyber Swap will do that too. Where but like yeah, how you can see very much like Wax on Edge. When you do a swap here, let's say 1 ETH into USDC, you can see that it's swapping through all these different liquidity pools, not just at a single DEX, but all these different DEXs. And then so this is a way to like limit trade the same way, except for it's not gonna do partial fills. I'm not sure if Kyber Swap does partial fills of its limit orders. I know for sure that 1inch does. The main reason I'm using ODS right now is the rewards program at the moment is doing like kickback rewards for my trading. So I've gotten like 1,000 of those ODOS coins just from having limit trades trigger this week. Oh, nice. And you're saying they do. Yeah. So if you have limit orders that do partially fill, then it doesn't really matter if you make large orders, like say $1,000 or $10,000 worth in a single transaction. But when you are using a trading platform like ODOS that's currently not allowing partial fills of limit orders, then you do need to make sure that the total amount of your order isn't going to have too much of a price impact that would keep it from ever getting filled. Whereas, a partial fill order, it'll just fill like whatever amount of that order is fillable, given the current price impact. Whereas a order that's either fill or kill is going to be, either it will fill if the price impact is, mitigated by the total like actual market price at the moment, or it just won't fill. So if you do set an order like this and the order ends up being too big, it's possible that the price reaches your limit target, but your order never fills because, the limit price isn't covering also the price impact of what you've set. Rewards are nice, and the rewards here are pretty substantial. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to what was that?
I like ODOS. Like, it's one of the.
I do too. It's really fucking solid.
I don't know, like DeFi. I'm so used to Wax that DeFi for me on a lot of changes kind of intimidating, and ODOS makes it very easy. And also, like, I just trust it as far as like, I don't trust clicking on weird random websites, but ODOS like it feels safe to me. Like that, I feel like Uniswap feels safe, like, and then Beefy I also like a lot. Those are kind of like Beefy and ODOS same. Are like, if I'm going to be using stuff on chains, I don't know, like I trust them more than most things.
Yeah, and this is nice because it's like, right now I'm familiar with all of these ones, but I'm not familiar with, here we go, with like Maverick V2 or something. So like I might not actually use this, but using ODOS, it will route it for me. So like, yeah, this one's using Maverick and Curve and swap based and IZI swap. So like stuff that I'm not familiar with. So this is nice. Like Liz said, you don't have to like give permissions to all these like different DEXs and stuff. You're just giving permissions to the ODS router. Same goes for Kyber Swap or like 1inch or any of these aggregators. But these are really cool. And again, if you have used this in the past, come to the site, click on rewards up here, and sign the transaction and take a look at what you've maybe you have something to claim. I also really like Derive, which is like for perpetuals and options, but we don't need to go into that one. But yeah, I feel like we covered like what I wanted to as far as blockchain like update here, and we kind of have positioned our tokens from the last month to basically maintain them in the farms that we were participating in already.
I flipped over to my
just
screen,
kind of
just
like compounding
FYI.
into those. Oh, I need to join.
Crittercraft giveaway, exclamation point neon if you want to join.
I'm in, baby.
Trying to think, so much stuff happened for Off the Rails. I don't think I talked about it before we left. I was saving it for stream. I don't think I've even talked to you about it, but like,
oh,
I got booked on a shoot where they're like, yeah, like the other sound guy didn't feel free doing this. He's like, it's not like pure porn, but it's pretty like pretty erotic. It's like like it was just straight up a porn shoot, and I did sound for my first porno, I guess. It is an experience, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, that sounds off the rails. I had not heard about this.
It smelled like a fucking Diddy party. They use so much baby oil on set. It's fucking wild.
Oh my.
But yeah,
I feel like a technique that I was introduced to not too long ago was using coconut oil.
They were using just regular like, Diddy oil.
The coconut oil is nice because it's like pretty. It's like edible. So
coconut oil stains pretty badly. I don't know if regular oil does too, but
that's true. Coconut oil does too, actually.
Yeah, that
Great
was
time to tune in. Big Wig says yes.
I
welcome.
I guess just to tease what it'll be about. It was. Have you heard of Vore before?
Oh yes. Vore is like a subculture of like fetish community where you are fantasize about being eaten.
Yeah, it was a Vore fetish video that I shot.
Okay.
And there were some in-camera special effect tricks that were. It was like the most bizarre like shoot to randomly walk into, and it was actually like, I don't know. I thought I was kind of nervous about it. I was like, is this going to be like super weird? And it was not. Like, I've been on more awkward shoots that didn't have naked people on them, so it wasn't that weird. But yeah,
that's funny.
I can get into details tomorrow. Just give you all a teaser. Please. But that's one of the weirdest things that's happened to me in the last few years on set. Such a random call too. Like the way the guy tried to pitch it too was so like not what it was. He was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be super artsy. It's more like an art horror film than like an erotic art horror film than it is." I was like, we filmed like 20 minutes of people just having sex.
Art? You mean 20 minutes of people doing art?
There were, to be fair, a bunch of shots. Like most of the day was not sex. Like we were shooting a bunch of like weird artsy shots, and there's like a plot and stuff, but
Inadequate Mass is making porn puns. That's funny.
There actually that wasn't that much slapping. It was 2 women, so we didn't get the ball slap, but
it's not Inadequate Mass kind of porn. There's a lot more slapping in the porns that Inadequate Mass watches.
I was not the fluffer. I don't know that women have fluffers. I think that's a man on set thing.
Huh.
It was pretty
interesting.
It was pretty cool though. I don't know. We'll save it. I don't want to spoil too much. Come back tomorrow. That's how I'll trick people.
And then once the movie's finished, we'll watch it, stream it together.
You might have to do that on Kick. I think you're allowed to do that on Kick platform.
We'll all watch. And then we'll all critique it, be like, "Oh yes, quite artsy. The art in this particular shot here."
I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. It was so like weird. Also, like, I don't want to be mean, but like the acting wasn't very good. Like the scenes that were sexy was like clearly. I mean, one of the like dominatrix lady was a decent actress, but then like the other one was like, yeah, this is porn acting.
Inadequate Mass just knows what a fluffer is off the top of his head. Very telling. Very.
Do you not know what a fluffer is? Like, I don't know.
No, I did know, but I didn't want to out myself. Pigwig didn't know since, they're more innocent.
Yeah, I was like, I'm my own fluffer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I feel like in my experience, people don't have a hard time staying hard. Maybe doing pornos.
Yeah,
but doing regular sex. No.
I think it's because you like, you have like setups like an actual film set and stuff where like you have to stop and then come back and then like.
Yeah.
That's what I'll get into tomorrow, but it's like Like, I was nervous. I'm like, am I gonna get a boner? Is this gonna be like just watching people have sex? And it's very like, it's very production. Like, it's very like not like the director's talking and then like you're stopping and starting and like it's very like professional and not like almost like demystified at points. Like, oh, this is like, I don't know, it's work. Like, it's work for everybody, including the actresses. So it was like, it was not like erotic in the way that I thought it would be. I was like, this is actually like,
Yeah. Probably a skill to be able to get hard in that kind of environment to begin with.
yeah. There's also the pressure of like cameras and lights and like, I've heard that like a lot of male porn stars are just always on dick pills. Like, that's just like the industry standard. But I don't know. I didn't work with any male actors, so I didn't get to ask them. But
I feel like a lot of people in like the casual hookup scene use dick pills too. So
I think they're pretty common just in like you hear so many advertisements for them. That's not because people don't buy them. Like
yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like literally every other ad.
I listen to podcasts. Blue Chew advertises on like every fucking podcast there's, or like Hims.com, like all that. Like they don't advertise stuff that people don't buy. Like it's because it works. So I think they're pretty popular. Guys using dick pills is probably like women using fake tits. Well, the end of the stream got real off the rails for anybody that's joining us for Crypto Analysis. You missed that. Right. Watch the replay, but if you want to hear us talk about porn, that's
it's kind of a preview of what the highbrow conversation will be about tomorrow.
I'm trying to think what else we can talk about. There's the whole Luigi shooting. I think we missed
Luigi.
What else do we miss?
There's a new Switch coming out.
A new Switch coming out. But like we missed all of December, and I feel like there's like
we missed a lot of shit.
TikTok shut down and came back. Like we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, TikTok shut down for like 10 minutes, and then like Dick rode Trump being like, "He saved us." It was pretty.
Last time we streamed was like the end of November.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And even November, like I was back and forth to my parents' place, so like I wasn't really streaming from here for most of the months. So like,
yeah, I feel like the first I got to meet. I did get to meet up with Mark over the holiday, and I feel like we got to get him on one of our, especially one of the Oscar Royal streams. He has some fun stories.
He's now available on weekends. I talked to him. He hired He hired extra employees, so he doesn't have to work on Saturday and Sunday now. So we might have to. I've also been thinking. I don't know how you missed your 130 stream streak because we didn't stream. So maybe I don't know. Maybe you missed one at the end of November, or maybe if you just go without a month, everybody loses their streak. But
boo.
Yeah, I've also been thinking our Friday streams are like our by far worst performing streams. So I'm thinking about
maybe do a weekend one.
Yeah, and maybe not like every weekend. Like
it'd be fun if we can get Mark on there. I loved his. He had a crazy story about like he took the bus back from Wenatchee and the bus driver was having a stroke like while driving.
Mark is a fantastic storyteller, and I miss talking to him. Our like food fights and stuff were so much more fun when Mark was there. I agree. Mark adds a different flavor than
he does. He has more of a like grounded take than either of us. We kind of go hard in either direction, and then Mark's kind of like, well, like the normal take is this.
Thank you for the sub, Mono Swerting. We appreciate it. Mark's also good at just filling air. Like sometimes I run out of shit to say, and I feel like you're better at like adding a funny comment on top of someone else's story. Like you interject funny shit.
Let's
see. Mark and I are more just like yappers about nothing for a long time. And Mark and I don't know. It's a good. We do a good trio. You're good at yapping about crypto stuff, but I feel like I end up yapping.
Yeah, that's true. I can talk your ear off about that.
You take my role on Wednesday.
Yeah. I feel sorry that the streak died though. That's fucked.
That's a long fucking streak too. That's like because we only stream like 3 times. That's like a year or over a year of streaming.
I resubbed with 8 month for my.
You have to click the thing if you want to show it. It's like, would you like to?
I thought I did.
And the air quality is okay here, Pigwig. It's not as bad as it probably was last week, but a new fire just kicked off today, which is kind of fucking Come on, man. We just dealt with this shit. You're gonna do another fire on us? That one's pretty far north. I do think with the wind is often going south. So maybe the wind will reach us.
Let's see, maybe that worked?
Yeah, there it is.
Hypertrain, yeah.
I think I have a sub I can throw too. I fucking Amazon got me. I was like trying to cancel my Amazon and it's just like, fuck, it's too convenient.
8 months, baby. Man. Amazon, yeah, it's pretty convenient. They're like, are you sure you want to cancel? You're going to be stuck.
It's just it's the free shipping. It's like, I buy enough shit on Amazon that like that pays for itself.
Yeah, that's hard to like.
That, and then like it's nice having the Prime Video too, like watching Lord of the Rings.
I also share it with my parents who use it a lot. So also the fact that they use it so much makes it really easy for me to like get returns approved. Like I've read stories where people are like, oh yeah, they won't like let me return this. Like I've never ever had that issue.
Like, what, did my sub not go through?
I did have one time where I had like a little what was it called? I had a little like scare with Amazon Prime because I bought a gift card with crypto, and then I used the gift card to buy a computer, and it was like $2,800 or something. It was like close to $3,000, and then they had some kind of thing where it was like, oh, like they canceled the order because of a suspicious thing, and then they were like, you have to prove that you like actually bought that money, that it wasn't like stolen gift card money. So I had to like reach out. I had to show them like there it is. I had to show them the like the receipts and the blockchain transactions, and then they were like, yeah, that's fine. But for a second, I was like, wait, are you trying to steal like thousands of dollars from me?
The worst one I had was when I bought a laptop and they sent me. I bought like a gaming laptop that was like $1,500, and they sent me a Chromebook that was worth like $300. I was like, this is not what I fucking ordered. But then like, that was such a nightmare too because I was about to go on a trip. Like, I was about to visit my parents, which I bought it so I could go stream back in.
Yeah.
So I had to like go return it in the Bellevue Amazon store, but like they're giving me shit about it. And I was having to like take pictures of the serial number, and I was like, you guys fucking ship me that, like, this is not my.
Yeah, you sent this to me. Yeah, that's how my shit was too. Well, no, mine wasn't even that. It was just like I had ordered this like weeks in advance. It was gonna be like a gift for someone. And then like I was checking in on it because I was like, where is it? And it's just like, oh, the order was canceled. And I was like, why was it canceled? And then apparently it was like a fraud thing.
Inadequate Mass said there's a corridor crew video about the fire. Maybe we should watch that for Off the Rails.
Oh, that sounds fun.
There's also Channel 5 did a really good one. Andrew Callahan, he's like an independent reporter. He put that shit up like 4 hours, like the day the fire got big and like spread. Like he had the video up that day. It was insane.
Yeah, that fucking guy edits faster than the fire spreads. Look at, man, Carlos is just stuck in that corner, and I'm fucking gonna win. Yeah, let's go.
The fundraiser video. Yeah, the Channel 5 one is too. Like he put up like a GoFundMe or whatever for like, there's a family that's like home just like entirely fucking burned down that they'd had. It's so sad too. Like that video is like very emotional. It's like he's like, I don't even care that like I lost like my material goods. What I'm sad is I lost like all the pictures that I have of my kids when they were young. Like those are all gone and we'll never get them back. Because before camera phones and shit. It's just like, damn, dude. Like there's stuff you don't think about that. Like if you have 20 minutes to leave your house, like you're not gonna grab some of that shit. And then like stuff you can't get back that isn't just like, oh, I can go buy a new one at Target. Like you lose memories, and that's sad.
Yeah, that does suck. I'm glad my mom like digitized all her photos, but
all right, let's send some prizes. That's wild. Max won, but Max gets nothing. Cone Dog is our actual Max. #1 winner. We'll send you an NFT and a Million Wolf.
I gotta get myself some more of the Tsunes. I feel like I'm running behind my collection.
Momoko Furry. I think this blend has already happened for whatever it's for, but.
Oh yeah, I usually get the ingredients for the blends dropped because of my.
Yeah, this just happened when we were on break, so I didn't get to send them when we were. And 1 Million Wolf.
Nice.
I think we might have missed Consumer Break. I think we might have missed those blends too. We had a ton of Consumer Break NFTs, which is unfortunate. But I don't know, we give away so much Wolf, we don't do as many NFTs. And then Be Wicked won the last one, won another Million Wolf. You're up to $1 in Woof today. Congrats.
Snap. Be Wicked, like the Wicked movie came out,
and then
people loved it.
Buzz King won $1 million. I haven't seen it. I heard nothing but good things. I heard a lot more about that than Gladiator. Like Gladiator didn't really get the hype that I thought it would.
I still haven't seen Gladiator. I want to, but
did you see Wicked?
I saw Wicked. Yeah, I saw that shit in theaters. I mean, yeah, I feel like as a gay guy, you have to, otherwise you get like ostracized by the community.
I saw it in Broadway, so I was like, yeah, I'm good on.
Yeah, I saw it in Broadway, and then I went to go see the movie like a week later.
How was Selena Gomez? Do you think she was as good as the Broadway actress?
Yeah, I thought so. She was great. I thought that was pretty 1-to-1. I love. Youngster says, I think they loved the website on the back of the toy. And yeah, there was a toy that was released for Wicked that had like a website that linked to like a porn website. Bringing it all back full circle to the porn shoot.
I heard Selena Gomez got some backlash from like somebody, like there was like a poster that they made for it, and they didn't like what it looked like, so they photoshopped it. And then she's like, "You're trying to erase my cultural identity," but then it just came off that she was being just a fucking stupid, like weird, totally like she was just fucking so disconnected from reality because she's super famous and has been for so long. But maybe we'll go over that tomorrow. That's an off the rails.
Yeah, we should go over that. I thought that was so funny. She came across looking like such an idiot.
We got a new giveaway up, !Neon. This will probably be our last one.
Yeah, let me join this one too.
I think Paul will be back with Max's Foon soon, but
yeah, he's bringing Chipotle.
I haven't had Chipotle in so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I think the last time I had it was on Halloween when we dressed up to get free. No, I've had it since then.
Oh, that's right.
One point we dressed up to get free burritos.
Today, Paul went to the Paramount lot to watch the Minecraft movie screening for like the rest of the writing crew and whoever else. Like it's like a cast and crew screening.
Did he not have a +1? You couldn't go see it?
He wrote on it. He didn't have a +1. No, it was just for the cast and crew, no +1s. I was like, wow, that's basic shit, yo. How you not getting
rude?
I know, bitches, dude.
That's a pretty huge like writing credit though. That's probably his biggest one.
Yeah, he like qualifies for like joining the Writers Guild because of it, which is.
You have to pay dues and shit.
I don't know. Big. I think you have to pay dues based on like what kind of work they get you to. But yeah, there is like a baseline due. So if you don't get any work, it's not a good idea to join those unions.
Still cool though. I mean, my prediction
also gives you access to different jobs that you can't get access to without being in the union. Like they're not. You're not even. It's not like they're putting those job listings anywhere other than on union boards.
Also, sometimes they just won't like. That's like the catch 22 with like the audio union is you can't get audio union jobs unless you're in the union. Like they won't hire you, but then you can't get in the union unless you have the hours. So it's like that weird like. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get in, and once you're in, you're kind of in. So I don't know if the writers is the same thing.
I love that. Monasuerte said this. He says, as a straight guy, I think Jack Black is sexy. As a gay guy, I agree 100%. He was like all the way through high school and stuff. You know how you get like, like what would be your hall pass guy or whatever, girl guy, whatever, your celebrity hall pass. Mine was Jack Black back in the day, and I still think even now he's a good looking guy. He
also just like
I agree 100% Monasuerte. I'm team Jack Black.
He exudes so much confidence in his personality, like definitely makes him more attractive, I think, where like he just seems like he's fun to be around like all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's the sax man. He's Tenacious D.
Sax
Tanak. He's got ass mark. I don't know. He's great. I really fucking like him. I saw him on Eric Andre being interviewed, and he said that he doesn't really like smoke pot or like, he's not really the stoner character that he portrays in movies often. And then the two of them go on to like do a bunch of whippets together, which was just a fun interview.
Eric Andre drinks a lot. Like I follow him on Instagram, and like during COVID, he got super into like cocktail making, and he's always just posting himself like making these fancy cocktails. But he also like he does like transcendental meditation stuff. Like he meditates every day. He's definitely like very different in his personal life than he is as a public figure. Like he's like He's like, "Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty chill and, like, reserved." And he's like, "People will fucking, like, run up to me and punch me in the street." He's like, "Yeah, that's just because I do that on TV doesn't mean I wanna be assaulted while I'm eating a banh mi."
Yeah. That's funny. He
I
transcends
think
chubby
he won
figure.
an
Yeah,
award
I
this
think so
year of
too.
some sort.
Did he? I think what's his face? Jack Black wrote that Peaches song for the Mario movie, and that got huge.
Yeah. His performance is also fantastic. The Mario movie
Yeah.
in general is like it was better than it
That
should
movie
have
was
been.
so much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Video game movies miss a lot, and that one was like I was expecting it to suck, and I was just like, this is kind of like it's fan servicey in all the right ways. Like, because sometimes fan service like
Yeah.
makes the movie worse, but like I don't know. It's also a children's movie, and it's like it was legitimately like making me laugh, and I enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm also such a big Mario fan though, so I might be biased, but like,
oh, Inadequate Mass skipped it altogether. He says it was fun. I really enjoyed it. There's also, I mean, it's not his best work in the sense of like if you're expecting Tenacious D, yeah, it's not Tenacious D, but it's.
did you see that recent video of him
really
doing air karate at Aussie Paparazzi? I did not. Wasn't Australia the place where Tenacious D broke up because Kyle Gass? Was that an Australia thing?
Was it? I don't know. I doubt they
Maybe
broke
it was
up.
it might have been UK too. It was not America, so as far as I'm concerned, not America is one region and America is one region. As an American, the rest of the world is one thing, and then
yeah, it was not America, so it didn't happen. It's God wasn't watching.
I agree with you, Monoswerte. I thought it was gonna suck, and then it didn't. So then it was like,
yeah,
it wasn't like a fantastic movie, but it's like, I think the other reason is the first Mario movie was so bad, like the one that came out in the '90s, that like I used to always try to watch that as a kid and be like, I love Mario. I was like, what is this? Where it's like live action and like, I don't know.
Yeah, the live action was hard to like, but the animated one I thought was really good. I really like the scene with the dog is probably my favorite. Where it's early in the movie where they like he steps on the dog's bone and the dog's just like devastated. Oh man, I cracked up. It's so funny.
We were playing some Mario last night. We were playing the
Inadequate Mass. He says he liked that one, so I think he's talking about the live action one. I don't know. Then there's no pleasing you, Inadequate Mass.
The Wonder Seed, is that what it's called? Wonder.
Oh yeah, Mario Wonder. That one's super fun. We've been playing that again. The Wonder Seed stuff is so trippy.
Yeah, I don't know. Mario doesn't miss as far as like every Mario game I've purchased in the last, I'll even say decade, has been like pretty fantastic. The only ones that I haven't really done are like they have that like Mario RPG one, and
yeah, which I heard was really good, but yeah, I don't really play those either.
I really like the side scrolling one. Is like that's the game I played the most like on my Game Boy. Like I got obsessed with. It was just the original Super Mario Bros. I played that so much on my Game Boy that became like my favorite game. So the side scrolling ones, the 3D ones are of course fantastic, and that brings me back to like I used to love Mario 64. I think is like probably like a top 10 all time maybe of course platform, but maybe just any game. Like Mario 64 used to be. I think I was also the right age for that. I was very like late adolescence coming into like. That was before early teens even, but like I was right in the age where
the
like,
live action. I do feel like the live action one was just so fucking like rough. Like the Mario live action one anyway, where he's just like the voice he does too. He's like, "Yeah, Luigi, yeah, I'm Mario," which is like, I guess that is more like what an Italian plumber would sound like, but it's also not what Mario sounds like. You know? Oh man.
I have to rewatch. To be fair, I haven't watched that since I was a kid, and I feel like that movie just wasn't good for kids. I'll say that, but like, I was expecting it to be like fun, and it like isn't really a fun movie.
The Goombas were terrifying. Let's see. Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Is that the same one that was like? Was that a remake from the SNES one? Super Mario World Land. Huh. It's not the one where like you're on the where you like on the island and you go like from level to level.
That sounds like
that one I loved. I think that's World. It sounds like Wonder, actually. Yeah.
Bigwig said, "What was that VR headset boss fight game you're playing?" I think just
Oh, hell
Boss
yeah, that
Fighters.
game
It's
walked.
called.
Boss Fighters, yeah.
It's on Steam. I don't know if you can play it
Yo,
directly on the headset.
my fucking stuff sold from that game for like $250.
Can you
Like
play it
the
without
stuff that we
Steam
got
though, or is
just
it
for
exclusively on Steam? Also, Paul's back.
oh, okay, yeah. I grab
All
this
right,
food.
let's do
I
this
think it
giveaway.
was through Steam exclusively.
You should be able to
There's
connect,
like
if you have a PC, you should be able to connect your VR headset, the MetaQuest 3, to your computer and do Steam VR.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're added to, like, I don't know if any crypto shit's allowed to be added, like, directly to the Facebook store or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely, I played it using my MetaQuest through Steam, and
it worked well.
I would
better than
recommend
your other headset.
use what was it called? Use the a virtual desktop as like a wireless way to connect. That really worked incredibly well.
All right, last call for this giveaway! Exclamation point neon.
I'm gonna have to break away here. I can hear Paul getting food ready, so
all right.
I don't want Michael. Thanks for joining us, guys. It was really fun to do streaming again. I can't wait to see some of these off the rails videos tomorrow, especially the one that I hyped up already with Steve Harvey.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll do. I mean, we'll have hours of off the rails videos because Yamster I've seen just keeps posting on the channel. It's been like a month and a half almost. So shit's about to go wild tomorrow. Hopefully they didn't get taken down. That's like the danger of doing it this far.
That's
like,
true.
Shit gets too hot for Facebook or too hot for Instagram.
Hot to handle. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck on the. I mean, I'll see if I can win the third Crittercraft in a row here, but
I wonder.
They're nerfing me. They're nerfing me.
I can't remember if I sent the prizes from the last one. We'll have to check. I think I did.
I'd say I had to dip through video. Yes, dipped. Oh, there you go. Oh, I disappeared in there.
I'm gonna disconnect from Discord. Yeah, I'll have to verify. I got so into talking about whatever we're talking, I can't remember if I sent the prizes from the last one, but we're recording this, so everything will be on VOD. If anybody has any other exciting NFT game stuff, now that shit's a little less crazier, I would definitely be down to check it out. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Wax has been incredibly slow lately. Like, I do kind of peek in the chats, like the Wax of unofficial and stuff, but Refrognata again. Oh, I have these open from the last one, so if I didn't send them, these are the people I should have sent them to. I will send you a Christmas pack from Dogzilla Wolf, which forgot to send during. Not that we forgot to send it, we just didn't. We didn't stream during Christmas, so look at that, and then you will also get 1 million Wolf, of course. Now. Who was that? That was FCYR. What was that? Cone Dog getting another milli. And then Buzz King getting a milli.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Still gonna send it. Ooh, DesignerCon drop sticker. That would be fun. We gave away one of the fall packs that you sent us earlier. Shout out to Sune. Let me verify that I sent those previous prizes. I know I sent the NFT, but tomorrow we're gonna have a very fun off the rails stream. Yeah, it looks like we sent it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I've been playing a lot of the Pokemon TCG. Yeah, I'm sure Max would want one too. Max was just saying. He also showed off he liked the Christmas postcard that you sent us. Cool. Max is a fan. I feel like we haven't played Buying the Dip in a while. Maybe we'll play that to play us off. And tomorrow, probably around the same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll do some Off the Rails. That was. Time flies. Somebody wants to add videos for us to play. Is the cloud bot not working? Yeah, if you're in our Discord, probably log into this thing. If you want to send us videos to watch tomorrow, we would appreciate that. Although, to be honest, we probably won't get them to them tomorrow because we have so many, but put them in the queue. We will watch them eventually. And maybe we'll just power through them. We might watch like an insane amount of videos tomorrow. Activate CloudBot. Activate CloudBot. There we go. Yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to find someone to raid into. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Neon Space is back, 2025. Hopefully we'll have some new artwork drops soon. It's been kind of crazy. Wildfires and the holiday, but kind of settling back into our routine. Buying the Dip. Why am I not signed in here? Not stocks. I'm probably gonna get an advertisement here. There we go. Who's streaming that we can raid into? We can do Las Vegas Ape. Or Uga. We'll do Uga. I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel like Uga's the homie. Oh, we have a message. I wonder who messaged us. Anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to play us out with Buying the Dip. Not really a dip right now. The market just pumped, but this is not financial advice. This is just silly.
Your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh, man. Your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buying the dip. Buying the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buying the dip. Buying the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buying the dip. Buying the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Oh my God. What's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. Then when the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the shorts, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, push it, push it, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organizations online. 2 million people can get together in a subreddit. I think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going.
All right, everybody. Have a great Wednesday night. Join us tomorrow for some crazy off the rails videos. And, Happy New Year, even though it's pretty far into the new year. Peace out.